4 things you need to know when you fall into sin. 4 things you need to know. It's going to be powerful stuff. Hi there guys, it's Robert, an ambassador for Christ, and as you know, where I go, the kingdom goes. Remember, as usual, eat the fish, spit out the bones. For some things you may agree with, and some things you may not. Like, subscribe and share the usual stuff. 4 things you need to know about when you fall into sin. What to do, what you need to know, the tips. I'm going to be telling you what they are today to be very, very helpful. Too many saints take far too long to get back up again. They fall into sin and they take years to get back up again. It's the craziest thing ever. So whenever you fall into sin, whenever you make a mistake, make sure you get up as quick as possible. Don't lay there wallowing on the floor. Don't lay there, having a pity party. You fall into sin, you made a mistake. Now it's time to get up. Get up quickly, because the longer you stay on the floor wallowing is the harder it gets to actually get back up, because it creates a way of thinking, and your way of thinking is to stay on the floor and don't get up. So like I said, if you fall into sin, get up off the floor as soon as possible. Please, 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 don't be a saint who likes it on the floor. There's so many saints who fall into sin and they like being on the floor. It's like they don't want to get up. They like it on the floor. They fall into sin and they like just to be on the floor. Don't be like those saints. Please don't be like those saints, because these saints, I can tell you how these saints act. All right, the saints who like it on the floor, who sin, they like laying on the floor, is the saints who are always saying, "Oh, I fell into sin. No one's there to help me. No one's there to pray for me. No one's there to help me up. No one's there to..." And these saints are the ones who are always asking for prayer, and they're always struggling in the same area, and they've been struggling in that same area for 4 years, and they never get up and actually get delivered from that situation. They never get up and move off the floor and move into the deeper things of God. No, they just lay on the floor asking for prayer. They're the same ones, when you're in the church building at church, they're the same ones who are always at the altar. They are always at the altar for prayer. So what am I saying? Don't be a saint that when you fall on the floor, don't be a saint who loves it on the floor, who likes to lay on the floor, who likes to wallow in pity, and who likes to have a pity party and likes it when people rally round him. Don't be that type of saint. That's not the way you want to be. Get up as quick as possible. This leads me on to number 3. It's going to be awesome. Now this is quite interesting, you see, because the more spiritual you are, is the quicker you're going to get off the floor. See, I've been saved for quite some time, and I've realised that the longer you stay on the floor, the more crazy your life becomes. The more you stay in sin and wallowing in sin, you're wounded on the floor, the longer it takes for you to get up is the crazier it becomes. So I realised that, and I noticed that with spiritual people, that when they sin and fall, they get up rapidly because they understand. See, the Bible says that a righteous man falleth 7 times but gets back up again, but the wicked falleth into mischief. So I'm a righteous person, you're a righteous person. So because we are righteous, we are spiritual, we get up again as quick as possible. So the more spiritual you are, is the quicker you're going to bounce back. Spiritual people always bounce back. Carnal people don't. Carnal Christians end up on the floor, broke, busted and disgusted. They end up backsliding. They end up leaving God because they're carnal Christians. So carnal people, carnal Christians, they struggle. But when you're a spiritual believer and you fall into some sort of diverse temptation, you bounce back very quick. That's why it's so important for us to be as spiritual as possible. So whenever you come up against the enemy and you fall and you make a mistake, you're going to bounce back quickly. I bounce back fast. I make mistakes, I make poor decisions, but I get up off the floor quickly and I bounce back fast. And that's how we need to be. We need to be spiritual. When you are a spiritual Christian, a spiritual believer, when you fall on the floor and you get back up again, you won't have any scars. Why? Because you are made of sterner stuff. You are strong, you are battle hardened, so you know the drill. You know how these things happen and you know how to bounce back, like what I said in point 3. So the more spiritual you are, when you fall into diverse temptations and you fall on the floor, when you get back up again, you won't have that many scars. You probably will get up with no scars. You'll just brush yourself off and carry on. But what happens is with other believers, when they fall and they eventually get up, the devil grinds them with condemnation. But when you're spiritual and you fall and you get back up again, you don't get grinded by the enemy in condemnation, because you know how to deal with the devil, and you are spiritually strong, and you know how to move in the spiritual things, and you understand how the Bible works, and you understand spiritual principles. So you have less scars, you have less wounds, because you're battle hardened. So we need to be battle hardened believers. We need to go on that level. Anyway, I'll leave it there. Those are the 4 things we need to understand about when we fall. First one is get back up as quick as possible. Second thing is, some saints like being on the floor. Don't be one of those saints. Number 3, spiritual people get up really quickly. And number 4, when you're spiritual and you fall, when you get back up again, you will have less scars or no scars whatsoever, because you're battle hardened. Listen guys, I hope that's helped somebody out. See you guys on the next video. Get back up as quick as possible when you fall, please. Talk to you guys a bit later.